Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Be So For Real. If you are new here, my name is Megan. I've been working in the online space for the last 3 years, and my goal for this podcast is really to just make it feel comfy and cozy and like home. So whether you are walking, driving, cleaning, whatever it is that you are doing in this moment, know that I am there with you. Know that we are sitting somewhere honestly warm on a beach would be ideal with probably a pina colada or a margarita. I would be in my element. But whatever you are doing, know that I am there with you and that this is not ever going to be a podcast where I talk at you. It is merely so I can hang out with you. So a couple of things. I actually started this podcast and I was like, I have zero direction for this podcast. And then all of a sudden right now it's like, no, this is what you need to talk about. So one of the things I really am finding as I share my journey online, right? I've pivoted, grown, leveled up, whatever we want to call it, so many different times. And what I'm doing now is teaching you how to audit your life and really just understand different areas of your life, whether that's things that you've gone through, whether that's your life experience, whether that's trauma, whether that's just literally anything that you have experienced in this life, what you can do to take that, put it into an offer, and sell it on the internet. Right? Because a lot of people think in order to sell something online, you have to be an expert. That is the farthest thing from the truth. But you have to have certain qualifications, or you have to be credible, or you have to have some sort of niched down expertise, right? That's the farthest thing from the truth. The only thing you have to do is be relatable, be able to build a brand online where your audience trusts you, right? Provide a transformation of some kind. And there you go. Right? So what I'm going to do in this episode today is I'm going to break down two different one-on-one clients that I have worked with for the last 3 months and what both of them came to me with and where they are now. So client A, okay, she came to me with zero social media. She came to me with zero understanding of what she wanted to do. She was in the affiliate marketing and digital marketing space. She had purchased courses in the past, but her brain told her that the only way for her to make money online was to resell a course or be an affiliate for something. She thought, there's no way that I can make money doing anything else, right? She didn't want to do UGC. She didn't want to do any Amazon affiliates or Amazon FBA or drop shipping. She didn't want to do any of that. She said, I really would love to do something on my own, but I have no fucking idea where to start. I don't have a clue what to do, and I don't even know what it is that I could sell. And so I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the beginning. I want you to tell me everything that you have done, what you have tried, what you feel like you've failed at, and we're going to walk through how you got to where you are today. Why are we on this call today? Okay? So she tells me she's been in this space for 3 years. She's been trying for 3 years. I say, what does trying look like? Right? What does trying look like in your world? She goes, well, really, I bought courses. She bought Legendary Marketer for $7 and worked through the 7 days or 14 days, whatever it was, worked through the 14 days. And when it came time to do the like $3,000 upsell, she couldn't do it. And she said, okay, this isn't for me. For 3 years, she sat and she watched people become successful. She watched people start their own businesses. She watched people skyrocket in affiliate marketing. She watched the MRR space. She sat and watched and waited. And then she hit a point where she said, you know what, fuck it. I got to figure this out because I'm seeing so many people succeed like crazy over the last 3 years. I got to figure this out. And so she said to me, I want to do something of my own. I don't want to sell somebody else's products, but I don't think I have anything that I could sell. I said, okay, great. Well, you do. So let's figure out what it is that we could sell. I said, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? She goes, well, I'm turning 30. I say, no, I don't want to know that. I want to know about you, right? Let's call her Sally for now. I'll probably change her name 17 times during the course of this episode, but we'll call her Sally. So Sally says, I don't have anything to sell. Like, I don't have any hobbies. I don't have any crazy passions. I say, I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. I'm asking you, what makes you you? What makes Sally? Sally, She goes, well, to be completely honest with you, I'm a chronic overthinker, which is why I haven't done this for 3 years. I say, tell me more about that. She goes, well, my brain goes through these really crazy cycles of, I'm not good enough to start. I'm not good enough to get this going. I don't know how. I'll never figure it out. And then I paralyze myself and I feel like I can never start because all I do is think about starting and not actually start because I don't know how. I say, great. If you had a playbook that gave you literally step by step how to start, how would that make you feel? She goes, well, I'd probably have already started. I say, okay, great. So if you had a playbook that gave you a breakdown of, I don't know, let's say 10 days of action steps to get you from this paralyzed state, right, where your brain is just in a loop, to I've now actually created my social media account, for example. I have my first post, I have a bio set up, and I have my next 5 posts planned out. How would that make you feel? She goes, I would feel a sigh of relief. I think I would feel like, okay, this is actually doable. I say, now how would you feel if that's something that you created and you sold to other people who have a brain exactly like yours? And she goes, holy fuck, I never thought of that. I think that's amazing. And I think I would love that because I know how to speak to this because this is how my brain works, right? My brain puts me through hell every single day. I didn't do this for 3 years because I was so paralyzed. I was overthinking everything. I didn't feel like it was good enough. I didn't feel like I had anything to offer. I didn't feel like I could sell anything on the internet. I didn't feel confident enough in building something of my own because all I do is overthink literally every single thing that I do. And I said, okay, so hypothetically, let's say that you start posting on social media and talking to other people who have brains like yours, because let's be real, everybody has an overthinking brain, right? You can really get specific in terms of the things that she overthinks, in terms of the things that affect her and that have kept her paralyzed for the last 3 years. Or we can broaden it and talk to a general overthinking brain. But regardless, there are so many people out there that are going to resonate with you and how you think and how you operate. And the fact that you didn't do this for the last 3 years because you were overthinking. So what we could do is we could build out a couple of different guides. But what I want to know is, do you want to create something where you are leading, where you are educating, where you are filming yourself, where you are teaching people? Do you feel like you would want to build out an entire course? Or do you feel like you would want to put together a community where you build out something for people to come and meet one another, to support one another, to help one another? Do you want to do something like that? Or do you want to start off and just build out a couple of guides for people? Because you've taken steps in the most recent months that got you to this call, right? So you're done overthinking. There are things that you do in your life that get you through the overthinking. So what we need to do is we need to take those steps that you took to get you from I'm tired of this to I'm on this call to I'm ready to actually take the step, right? There are things in her brain that brought her through that motion. So we need to take that knowledge and put that in some form of an offer and then sell it to people. And she goes, I don't think I want to teach people. Like, I don't want to do a course. I'd love to start with a guide, and then I'd love to build a community. Great. That's what we're going to do. She knows herself, how her brain works, and she doesn't want to teach people in a course. Great. So we're going to start with a guide. And what we've done is we've built 2 guides. We built a 7-day reset, and then we built a 30-day habit builder guide, because her transformation in the last 90 days herself, her mindset, her identity, the way that she operates has been so unbelievably transformational that she now takes action immediately. She doesn't overthink. She doesn't question it. She doesn't doubt herself. She doesn't worry about it. She doesn't think about it after she's done it. Whether that's posting, whether that's building this guide, she has become one of the most confident, action-oriented individuals I have ever seen. In 90 days, she has gone from, I don't know what to post, I don't want to do this, I don't know how to do this, I don't feel confident enough, I can't offer anybody a transformation, I haven't seen a transformation, to, I know exactly what I'm posting today. This is the offer that I've created. This is how I've created it. This is how the person that I'm talking to comes into this guide in 7 days. After 7 days, this is what they experience. This is what this person will come into my guide in in day 1 of 30, and day 30 of 30, this is how they will feel. She has built out 2 separate guides. We're selling one for $27. We're selling one for, I think, $9, right? So we're starting small with the goal of building a community probably by the end of the year. It doesn't have to be extraordinarily huge. And she is off to the races. She's already grown over 200 followers on TikTok. She's got, I think, over 50 followers on Instagram, all in 90 days. Her videos are getting insane engagement. She's getting comments, likes, saves. She's getting people saying, oh my God, this is me. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God, I thought I was the only one. So to have that kind of transformation in just 90 days is unfucking believable. Unbelievable. It doesn't have to be an offer that is this massive course that you have to come in and build and put together. It just has to be something that you do or that you deal with or that you experience or that you've overcome in your life. And how do we just package that up? There are so many opportunities. There are so many people selling so much random shit on the internet. And if people can sell random shit on the internet, you can create a quick little guide. Okay? Now I'm going to talk to you about, let's call client B. What's happening with my laptop here? Okay, let's call client B. Why is there no name coming to my brain? Let's call client B Susie. We called client A Sally, so client B is Susie. Susie came to me. She had already been active on social media because she was part of a multi-level marketing company. Had no sales, or maybe she had one, and I think it was her best friend. So Susie comes to me and goes, I'm really fucking tired of this. She was also reselling, did she have I think she had a master resale rights course. I believe she had a master resale rights course. She had been in my world for the last year and a half. So she's been in my world for a year and a half. And she said, Meg, it's fucking time. I'm really sick of this. I've been in this space for almost 2 years. And, oh, my dog is shaking behind me. I've been in this space for almost 2 years and nothing's happening. Something's got to give. I'm ready. I said, okay, let's do this. So we worked together for 90 days. And she comes to me and goes, I have no idea what I want to create, but I want to build a fucking empire. I say, fuck yeah, let's do this. Let's fucking go. So I say to her, okay, walk me through it. She goes, well, I don't know what it is yet. I say, okay, tell me about your life. Tell me about your life. What have you experienced in life? She goes, well, I'm almost 50. I say, okay, great. That doesn't matter, but okay. And she goes, I've lived through a lot. I say, what does that mean? She goes, I'm a 13-year breast cancer survivor, and I was diagnosed on my birthday, and I went through hell, losing my hair, chemo. Now I have things that I experience after 13 years that I deal with every single day, like neuropathy and like lymphedema, and she has to get lymphatic drainage massages twice a week, every single week for the rest of her life. And there are a lot of things that she dealt with relationships and with family and with all these different aspects of her life that really took a toll on her, but also she overcame so beautifully that she said it was one of the hardest but most incredible experiences because of how much I've grown as a person, because of how much I went through and learned, and just I appreciate things differently now. And I say, okay, so what else? She goes, I've been in oncology for 20 years. I've had to have a hysterectomy because of this breast cancer, so I can't ever have kids, but we did freeze my eggs. I say, okay, what else? A lot of what she told me was around surviving breast cancer. And I say, Susie, do you feel like you would like to help other women who are maybe experiencing something similar? She goes, I've always been one of the kind of person that loves to help people. I just don't know how I would do that. I'm a breast cancer survivor. How do you help people? I say, well, you're talking to me a lot about the things that you overcame. You're talking to me a lot about the things that you're dealing with right now. And you're talking to me a lot about all these different areas of your life that have seen a big transformation. She said, yeah, but what can I do with that? I say, you want to build an empire, correct? She goes, yes. I say, you want to help a lot of women? Yeah. Okay, great. So we're going to build a community. We're going to build a community for you. And we're going to call it Beyond the Battles. Okay? And what you're going to do is inside of this community, you're going to put a fuckload of resources. And you're going to talk about everything that you have experienced. So what we have done is we've built out different modules inside of this community that talk about neuropathy, that talk about lymphedema, that talk about hair loss, that talk about chemo, that talk about relationships, that talk about the toxicity that she experienced, that talk about different things she's had. She put interviews. What she's done is so fucking brilliant. She's put interviews. Like, she went back to her oncologist, did a 30-minute interview asking questions about different things that she experienced, interviewed, video recorded it, put it in the community. She went back and has interviewed the person that does her lymphatic drainage. Why is that beneficial? Asking her all sorts of questions. How does that help her? Put it in the community. She also has had some sort of laser treatment. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called right now, but there's a laser treatment that she had. And she went back and she interviewed the woman who performed this laser treatment. Put it in the community. So it's a space that allows women to have access to just resources and information that they might not know, right? If they're going through the same thing. And what we have found is we've joined a lot of different public Facebook groups, right? There's one Facebook group that she was a part of that has 85,000 people in it, and it was a breast cancer survivors group. 85,000 people, but it was public. There's a lot of people in that group who are complaining about the fact that it's public because there's women in there that are wanting to post pictures and wanting to talk about some really vulnerable stuff. And so what she's done is she has gone into this group and messaged people and just posted, right? We're not cold DMing people, but she's built relationships with some of them. And so she's let them know, hey, just so you know, I've built out a private community. It's $27 a month, and this is what's in it. It's a safe space. There's nothing that's public. None of your information is going to be broadcasted anywhere. And that's what we've done. We've built out a community for other women who are experiencing breast cancer, chronic illness, toxic relationships, whatever it is, whatever they want to join for, that's what they're there for. So I wanted to give you that example of how different this space can be. You don't have to come into this with credibility, with expertise, with qualifications or certifications or all these different things. All it simply is you coming into this space, audit your life, find what lights you up, find what makes you excited, find what literally fills your soul. Let's put that into an offer and let's put it on the internet, right? Let's utilize social media to generate organic traffic, to build a brand, and then sell the shit out of something that we actually built, that we have control of. It does not have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be a $1,500 offer, $5,000 offer. You can start small with a $27 community or a $27 PDF. And then you grow, right? I had a one-on-one call last week with somebody who has literally built out felt DIY for toddlers, right? So what she does is she's like 3,500 followers on TikTok. And what she does is she's created a guide on how to build your own felt busy book for kids. I'm like, oh my fucking God, you're a genius. You know what? You want to know how many she sold? She sells it, I think, for $47. 37. She sells it for $37. It's a felt DIY busy book that she has made. So she makes them all the time. But now she's created a PDF that teaches other people how to make these felt busy books. She has made over $600. Okay? It doesn't have to be crazy. And if you can audit your life and figure out what the fuck you're good at, and how to put it into an offer, you are going to be in a very different spot by the end of 2026. And if you have no idea how to do that, I am hosting a live masterclass, a live event on May 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is called Bring Your Own Genius, where I teach you how to audit your life, how to take pieces from your life, from your life experience, and turn it into an offer, so that you can actually walk away with a tangible offer or an idea or an understanding of how to look at what you have lived through on this earth and turn it into something that is valuable, that is worth selling. May 7th, 7 p.m., I'll put the caption or I'll put the link to the event below. It's $47. You get access to the recordings. You get access to AI prompts that I'm going to give you. You get access to worksheets that I'm going to give you, and you get access to all of it. So I would love to have you there if you have no idea how to do anything of what I just talked about. And let's change your life, because this space isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's only getting better and bigger and more exciting. So let's bring you along on the ride. Wow. That was great. That was a fun episode. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with me. As always, I have literally no other notes that I wanted to say. That was everything I wanted to say today. So I will see you next week on Be So For Real.